Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 54. And we have another special episode ahead of us. Today I'm joined by my co-host, Corona Kyle. I almost said Anonymous Phil.
You almost did.
Will is dead. He still has, it's still been a while since his last incident.
I
It's well
still
over
need to
100
fix
days.
the sign.
Yeah, we need to modify that.
The tag.
And joining us remotely, you can't see his face because Discord's stupid. Buck, the rental man Buck.
Present.
Roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
These podcasts are broken down into 4 parts. First, we have how our week's been, followed by the Corona news, followed by the comments and the future of both our channels, I guess, in this case, and followed by a random 4th topic. Today's random 4th topic is the future of Farming Simulator. So, Buck, as our special guest, how are you?
Let's just say it's been an interesting past 4 days that I am not the most happy about. Other than that, good.
if you don't mind sharing, go right. If you don't have to share.
I don't mind. I like storytelling. Just sometimes it takes a little too long to get to the point.
You've got
What?
time.
All right. Well, let's just say, first of all, I'll ask you how you're doing, because depending on how many times I want to ramble, you got anything fun that's happened since I've last seen you, heard from you?
Not really. We're at 174. We're trying to get to 200 before 2021. Obviously, the end goal would gladly blow past 200, but we're working our way there. As for me, semester's done in about 2.5 weeks. My one professor, I could literally have all my finals done that Saturday or Sunday before Thanksgiving, but my one professor's like, no, we're going to have our final that Monday. And I'm like, you son of a gun. I'm gonna try and ask her, like, hey, I'm gonna be out of the state. Can I take it before? To see what she says. I'm totally
I
gonna.
thought you're gonna get away with that one, but one Minecraft Let's Play or one Farming Simulator Saturday together, and I can help you get to that 200. I just gotta get my own dang schedule in line. I haven't even talked to my own guys in probably close to a week and a half.
Yeah. I'll be busy during Thanksgiving break because of work. But Christmas vacation's coming up, man. I can grind out I'm gonna grind so much freaking Minecraft and Farming Sim. It's unreal.
More than likely, I do not doubt that in the slightest.
I was already grinding today. I have to stop. I'm building this massive road, and my hand starts to cramp up because I'm just jamming the shift key in. Oh boy. Yeah.
Wait, are we talking computer farming sim?
Minecraft farming sim. Minecraft computer, and then also I'm playing Farming Sim on the computer. But you don't
Good.
need.
Thank the Lord. If you were a console guy, I'd have to personally drive over to your house and smack you.
I had Farming Sim 17 on the Switch, but I'm like, I got this hell of a computer now. I'm like, might as well use it.
Yes. Be sure to check out all the Mod Network mods from anybody in the Boomstick Club. As everybody who there, only 2 of us make mods, and one of them only does it now, and they have a lot of great things, and it's an ad-free site where you can get lots of good things.
Of course, guys. Buck here makes all kinds of mods for the Farming Sim community. I'm not using any mods for my Let's Plays, but in the future, maybe I will use one for Farming Sim 2022 or whatever the hell they're going to call it.
If you would like to have something that's simple for your Let's Plays, you can get the skid steer hitch adapter. That's what you can do. Very small.
I decided I did go with the cotton.
Oh. I feel so bad for you.
Actually, cotton makes quite a bit of money, so apparently.
It does, but it takes forever.
Well, don't worry, I had to buy tiny fields, so I'm sure I'm just
Okay,
gonna I'm gonna use the cotton until I can buy a normal harvester, and then.
Did I ever tell you the story about the our Twitch game and what happened with a guy doing cotton?
No.
We left the server. It was a dedicated server.
Yep.
he apparently had gotten on and been working on this. There was 70 hours on that machine.
Oh my god.
70 hours. He was on one field.
What?
One field.
Although
And he
you
had
put,
two machines running.
although you play on the really big maps, on the standard maps, it doesn't. You can't put. It's hard to
Well,
put that many hours in.
It's about the size of. Well, I'll take that back. It'd been about the size of the biggest field in one of the stock maps. Like, it was a big field.
Really?
Not that big, but it was big. And he had 70 hours on these machines. Whether that be he left them running or something.
I mean, those things. That field takes forever. I have the biggest comp, and I have the expansion packs, all of them. I have the biggest combine with the biggest corn header on, and it's still. It takes like 2 hours.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. And I'm like, what is this bull crap? Oh boy, the computer fell asleep. You still there?
Yes.
I lost
Hello?
I lost my display output. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, so farming sim talk can wait. So tell us your story.
Let's see, where the heck do I even begin?
How about the car problems?
What?
How about the car problems? Because I had car problems as well.
So, you've seen my car.
Yes, the
And
Oldsmobile. It's a wonderful vehicle.
Yes, the Oldsmobile bubble. And it just keeps slowly, day by day, turning into the Oldsmobile piece of junk. And I do not want to get rid of it. I love the car. It's a rare car, but it's a not very well known rare car. So because it's not well known, it's not very valuable.
How is not well known? I swear to God, it's a meme in the car world.
Not really. That car is actually not. It's a 3-year model. They only made that particular model for 3 years, and then the rest of them had either dropped out of line or they were just lookalikes and they had issues. You get the idea. The car is just kind of fell into that didn't age well category.
Mm-hmm.
But to find parts for the engine on that thing is easy as can be. You can find them left and right, but the parts for the car, good luck.
Really?
You have to find a needle in a haystack. Well, one night I follow what's called the Unappreciated Survivors. It's a Facebook group for vehicles from like 1973 to 2001. They're just unappreciated survivors. You don't see these. They got like Pontiac Fieros, old Chevy vehicles, some Porsches in there. And I posted my car because I love the thing and it's not a very well known car. Some guy down in Fairbury goes, "Here's my 91 Trofeo," and 3 days later, he makes a post about his as well. It's the exact same car as mine. Same color, same trim. This thing looks like it's off the factory showroom floor.
Wow.
And some guy puts out a thing saying, "Hey, I see you two like these cars. Have you ever seen this group before?" It's an entire Facebook group dedicated to just that generation of my car.
Wow.
They sell parts, they sell cars, they sell how-tos. People can discuss problems on it. It's a gold mine. Like, you can buy trim pieces on this thing that are just itty-bitty little things. Buy them.
Wow.
Beautiful. And I come across, I put out a thing saying, "Hey, does anybody have this, and this?" I have 3 guys come up and say, "I have a handful of these, I have a handful of those. We can ship them," but their prices were a little bit iffy, and plus I'm still trying to get mechanical stuff on my car done, which roughly would be about $3,000 to get it back to. This thing ain't going to break on you for quite a while.
Holy
if
crap.
I use my engine. If I use my engine, my stuff, and we're talking like suspension parts, the little thing. Like, this is borderline brand new underneath. Not to an extent. So
Right.
I'm thinking, okay, I can put my own money into whatever, because now I have to do what's called an intake gasket replace. It's an entire mess. So I get this one guy from Buffalo, New York, that offers me a parts car that runs and drives on 100,000 miles on this engine. He would trailer it from Buffalo. Its only problem is that it doesn't have a sunroof and it's a black car instead of red. He would trailer it from Buffalo to here, $950.
Whoa.
$950.
I mean, it's very tempting.
That's how much the car is worth in a decent condition. Like, it runs and drives, but it's got a lot of problems. That's $900. Not trailering it as well. I'm like freaking out. This is an amazing deal. I'm getting information about the car. I'm not just saying drive it here. I'm paying you $950 before you even get. It's obviously you got to investigate Well, we're like 3 days into this, and I keep going back and forth. I'm getting reviews from the guy about some other people who are saying he's very nice, very well to work with. He tells me all this stuff about how he usually gets like $3,000 when he parts it, but COVID, just whatever.
Right.
I go back and forth, and 2 nights ago, I was on my way home, and I was trying to find a way, like, okay, if I get this parts car, where can I store it? Where can I start pulling parts? Where can I do this? Where can I do that? Where can I get my car and just whatever? And the car almost literally like dies on me midway going down home. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes from home, and this thing just sounds like the engine's about ready to give up. Like, I'm literally about to lose my car, and I just about had all these plans to go. Same
Right.
kind of go for when I was gonna do so. My car, in other words, just crowded out.
Yeah.
So I park it, and I take my dad's truck to work the next night. Well, then that night I was supposed to go out and do some schools, the one act stuff.
Oh,
So
you're on that?
I'm all right. Yeah, I was an emotional mess just out there for about 20 minutes. I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I'm in a horrible mood. Well, I'm supposed to read off all these lines as like this really happy guy, and you can about imagine how well that went. But then towards the end of it, I was
Me at
fine.
work.
Got home, went to work on Friday. I came home and whatnot. Still just life and whatnot. And you get the idea. Today comes, and I was like, all right, I get to watch Nebraska go against Northwestern. I was able to get a TV provider through my mom, so I was able to watch the game because we don't usually get Big Ten Network, just to watch us literally ruin the chances of getting the scores twice, ruin it. And typical Nebraska football, sadly. They're trying their best. I know it is, and it's definitely rough. I mean, being a part of the Mustangs, we've all seen how great our athletic programs can be throughout the years. But we
Right.
try. We keep trying it. Both programs just can't seem to get anything going.
I mean, hey, the football team did pretty well this year. Back when I was in high school, we
got
were
hosed
crap.
over in the end.
They did pretty well this year. When I was in high school, we would no. It wasn't. It's like, oh, we're gonna make it. No, we're not gonna make the districts. Oh,
Hey,
we're gonna win a game this year.
Are we
No,
gonna even make it to the end of the season with a win? We have not had a team with a winning record, because we did get a winning record this year.
Oh wow.
We went five. No. Wait a second. We went 5-3 because we were going to be going for 6-3.
Ah,
But we went 5-3. We have not had a winning record of 6-3 since the fall of 2015.
that back when we had good old Polinsky.
Good old, yep, him, Russman, and what was our quarterback? Fredrickson.
Yeah.
And all those guys. That's literally the last time we ever had one.
They were
And-
athletic. My entire class and the class above and below, we were not athletic at all.
Well, whoever it was the class that was right after the Polinsky and all them guys. They were athletic, but they just didn't have size. I mean, we're talking guys that. They were
Yeah.
like the
I think that was the
125
class ahead of me.
Yep.
They were all
Well,
small.
Yep. Like it just was rough, and that's where I kind of always would go. All right, well, Mustangs got the butts whooped, 70-0. How bad is Nebraska going to get beat this week?
17-0. We never got beat that bad.
Take that back. Let's roll back the reel to last year's Wahoo game, 75-3.
No way. How does a high school team score 75 points?
Dude, there's been like 2 years in a row that we've gotten our butts whooped by 70 points.
Why did the defense even take the field?
Because by the end of the second half, they'd put their third string in on the opposite side, and they'd still be scoring on us. But it's just we are all trying, and it's just nothing works. But I hate to say it, a lot of the times when people look at like Nebraska football or just like ours, this is to make a joke of it. Our high school football or just any of the sports in our area, it's just we've all become used to the fact that it's just they're not what they used to be. We haven't had a really, really good football team since like the 80s.
Yeah.
And then the college level, it's the 90s. I mean, Nebraska itself is kind of just the laughing stock of football these days. They
Unfortunately.
go, oh, they're always about ready to turn the corner. Oh, they're going to turn it around. Here comes Nebraska. They're going to make their change. Gets constantly whooped 45-0 by Ohio State.
That's Ohio State.
Yeah. Well, still, I mean, and then I kept reading some articles on this. I've been following all the just some Big Ten stuff and what they've been doing. And did you know the Iowa actually started the season 0-2? They lost to Northwestern last week.
See, we don't look like laughingstocks after all, losing to Northwestern.
Until they just whooped the living crud out of Michigan State 49-7 today.
Okay, well, you know what? With this Corona thing, I don't think the season even counts. It doesn't.
No, it does. How can Ohio State, with 2 wins right now, be ranked number 3 with Clemson, and with Clemson being number 1 with 7 games?
Yeah,
explain to me the logic behind that.
That doesn't work. This whole Corona thing, I don't know.
It's an exhibition season.
I don't know if I guess you probably you didn't watch the last podcast, but we talked about in the Corona part, we talked all about football. Well, I talked all about football, and I was like, I don't know why they brought it back. It's too soon. It's pointless right now. I was like, can we go 1 year without it? Because next year we'll have a vaccine.
Okay, I can fight with you on that one. I could fight with you on that one, not from the standpoint of it's Nebraska football, but from an economical standpoint, this is where a lot of people are getting really PO'd with the Big Ten offices. Those offices I think they're in Chicago, aren't they? They're in Illinois.
No idea.
Well, either way, wherever the heck they are, they're in a state, whether it be New York or I swear they're in Chicago. But long story short, them telling us that we can't have a season is like saying you're going to go down to Kansas City. You're going to go down to Kansas and tell them, all right, Kansas State, Kansas City Chiefs, Royals, all those sports, yeah, you can't have those this year. You know how bad that would hurt all the businesses in Kansas City? Just
right.
All those towns, Nebraska solely relies on the football program itself to bring in that money downtown. We don't have the ability to gamble. Well, now we do, but
now we do. Let's start gambling. Screw football.
If we weren't
hold on, Kyle wants to say something.
If we were a wet university?
Yes.
We would bring in a lot more revenue.
Oh yeah, everybody would drink their butts off.
But since we're a dry university, we can't make profit off liquor. All the bars make the profit.
Well, tell you what.
That's the part where the business comes into play.
Is because
go ahead,
we're forcing bars to make revenue. Because then people won't go to the bars to drink when they can just drink at the game.
Tell you what. Let's sneak into Ronnie Green's office. Tell him hey, Ronnie, you know what we want? We want alcohol and a casino.
We want alcohol.
And a casino on campus. He'll be like, no. We're going to be like, okay then. You ever heard of a little thing called, what happens if an entire university campus burns down? He'll be like, oh, okay.
You know the old
Sure.
The old health center?
Yes.
Right by Selleck?
Sure.
It's right across the street from the College of Business. That small little brick building.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what about it?
They could just turn that into a casino.
Exactly.
They already have the space. They already have the space.
But do you guys know the actual logic behind that?
What? The alcohol?
No, the gambling.
Well, I mean, the only reason why we got gambling this year was because of mail-in ballots. Otherwise, the whole other half of the state would be like, no, that's not God's will. They'll put it in every small town. Bro, they're going to put...
No, did you hear what they were talking about, though, when it comes to the gambling?
They're going to cut property taxes, aren't they?
Yeah, but, that was 431. 429 is the one that's the main one. They're allowing casinos, but they're in already made, horse tracks. So the horse track in Lincoln,
right.
The horse track in Grand Island, they can't just go out and start building casinos now like Ameristal.
Damn. I wanted casinos.
That's why that's what the big commercials were for. So don't vote for this because this is going to be ruining all of our kids and the children in schools because they're going to start. It's like, no, they are only allowed in the horse tracks. And then 430 allows the regulation for them to keep that in check. So it's really only those. And then the third one is the property tax. So that's why people were going you're telling us not to do the gambling because it's going to ruin our society. But in reality, no, it's not. It's only specifically for one spot.
And even if they would only open casinos in Scottsbluff, maybe Grand Island, and in Omaha. They might not even open one in Lincoln.
Doesn't the little Dickie at Raymond have one?
A slot machine?
Yeah.
They probably have Keno. I don't know if they have a slot machine. Do you know? Does the
Last
Dingley?
time I checked, I don't think they did. But if the
I
you're
remember.
talking about like the ticket machine thing?
I swear it was like a
Oh,
slot
that's
machine
pickle
or
cards. Everybody's got pickle. You're thinking of the pickle card machine. Every
Okay.
bar's got pickle cards.
Okay.
They're just scratch offs.
Yeah, and technically that's the other dumb thing. Is like, if gambling's not allowed, then what on earth can there be lottery tickets sold in the state? Like that's gambling.
Yeah.
That's 98%
That
gambling.
funds the schools, though.
Like heck, man, we got like 3 lottery ticket selling places half a block from the elementary school. What are you talking about? Don't care. That's a casino right there.
Yeah, that's.
You have to know about.
I think the problem is those have been around at longer than like gambling's been in Nebraska, and so like it scares people they're gonna build these casinos, but they're not. They're only gonna build them in places where they can get drunk white women. That's the only places they're gonna build them, and that's gonna be in Scottsbluff. That's gonna be in Grand Island, maybe Kearney. I don't know, one of the two, and then Omaha definitely, and they might build one in Lincoln. I don't know. Lincoln's pretty conservative, but after they almost
Lincoln-
gave an entire
Lincoln
like,
is- Lincoln's Democrat.
No.
Oh, we're
It-
Democrat, but we're really conservative because of our governor.
it's very like Lincoln is extremely conservative for Democrats,
Yeah.
and so you can't get anything passed. Like you
Yeah.
can't get anything passed. It's unbelievable.
It's a conservative, Democratic. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It-
Yeah.
Well, I
it's-
got a
it's
topic for once we
horrendous.
get to the Corona news that could possibly be
Yeah.
brought up. But,
Which is
Well,
which is
speaking-
why the COVID thing, like Omaha opened up as online, not in person, because
Well-
they're more of a liberal Democrat.
Speaking of
any of the
Corona,
bigger cities.
speaking of Corona,